Tell us about Neustar and about what you guys are doing around data as it relates to digital video.
Sure. So if you look at Neustar, our tagline is real-time intelligence, better decisions. So when it comes to promotion and marketing in general, it's really about working with marketers to make better decisions and understand the impact of those decisions. So in our case, we're deeply embedded with a lot of the companies in the ecosystem, like the ones that are here today, and we provide them data and insights on the back end.
So tell us a little bit, maybe a little bit deeper in the weeds, how you guys differentiate yourself from other providers, because there are others.
Sure. So the foundation for all that we do comes from our infrastructure that we have aptly named Ian. And at the base level, the I stands for the identification layer. So we're constantly seeing a massive influx of information about consumer households, specifically in the US today. And based on that core piece of information, we're able to overlay interesting attributes about consumers, and that's the information that we push out to our partners.
This whole new world of data and how it helps marketers, publishers, is quite a step forward from sort of the older models.
Sure.
Of direct mail lists and stuff like that. What is the value, and how do you establish the value, and how is this data actionable, by your clients?
Yeah, it's a good question. I think, and I've seen it sort of firsthand coming from the publishing side. I used to work at Washington Post, and the shift from contextual to audience-based, which I think from a marketer standpoint makes a lot more sense in the context of how they think about consumers, right? Having personas, being able to reach those customers in specific groups. In terms of how it's valued, I mean, obviously, I think where we fit is we try and add a lot of value and insight to brands in particular, more commonly at the top of the funnel in terms of helping them create engagement and awareness with consumers. But you also have other companies who are specifically interested in inducing actions, which our data can be used for as well. And so a lot of it comes down to the quality of the information, the accuracy, which is something that we're very good at, and then also understanding how and when to employ it, particularly when using it for campaigns.
Cool. And there's always the question that comes up, and you guys have to address about privacy and so forth. How does that work for you guys, and how are those issues shaking out for the industry? Do you have anything to say about that?
Yeah, so Neustar is extraordinarily, one, conscious of those issues, and two, very conservative around that. The core business of Neustar, we're actually part of the US telecommunications infrastructure. So consumer privacy is top of mind for us always. In terms of how we design our data stack and how we actually distribute it, it's through a method called privacy by design. So privacy is sort of considered at every step of the product development process, for starters. And we're constantly looking at that as things evolve. I think the latest thing, and hopefully that'll come up in our panel today, is around consumers across different channels, if you will. So how do they behave differently, and how does privacy impact them differently in mobile or video versus display advertising?